Late at night, I've just been lying here with my eyes open, wide awake. It's not like the futons are uncomfortable though. Shigure and the cat girls all seem to be resting well. Yeah, I don't think I can get to sleep. I exit the room, careful not to make a sound on the way out. The inn has its lamps on at night, but once I leave the area, I'm greeted by a rural darkness. Depending on the spot, it's dark enough that I can't even tell where it is I'm standing. This hot spring district is usually bustling with tourists during the day, but in the wee hours of the night it has a completely different atmosphere. I peer down from the bridge. Darkness. All I can hear is the sound of the running river. I feel I can make out the moon's reflection on the water's surface. No, wait. Is that just a street light? I peer deeper below the bridge to confirm. What? Holy crap! I suddenly get tackled and nearly fall into the water below. Did she think he wanted to commit suicide? Azuki? You almost made me fall in. Why in the world would I ever do that? I woke up in the middle of the night, so I was just taking a little walk. No, I mean, I guess what I was doing was sort of misleading. If you're that worried, want to join me for a walk? Aren't you cold, Azuki? Just like I told you before, I just so happened to wake up. No, well, I would be lying if I said I didn't. Everyone's got one or two worries on their mind, you know? So why did you get up, Azuki? Is it because I got up? Huh? Apparently Shigure was asleep, shouting for me after I left the room. So you went out of your way to come looking for me? Sorry, I really just needed to clear my head. No, I'm good on that front now. It's just that I've been thinking back on everything up till now, and I'm almost positive that there's something I'm still lacking. After I graduated college, I studied abroad in France. Graduating and taking over the family business with no other options on the table wasn't satisfactory to me in the least. I wanted to broaden my horizons. I don't want you to get the wrong impression though. It's not like I hate the Minaduki's Japanese-style sweets. Got it? On a Paris street corner is where I first encountered my mentor's cakes. In my mentor's shop, I ate those impressively delicious Western-style sweets and saw the smiles of the patrons there. I thought to myself that this was exactly what I was in search of.
水無月の和菓子屋にはないものか?
The Minaduki shop doesn't have seating for patrons. The majority of the Japanese sweets they make are sold in department stores after all.
ああ、そういやな。
I pleaded with my mentor to take me as their apprentice and learned the ways of Western confectioneries from them. When my study abroad was nearing an end, my mentor told me, "I've already taught you everything." Although personally I don't feel as though I've matched my mentor's distinct flavor in the slightest. Last thing they told me was that all I needed to do was work on completing what I've learned on my own.
そういうもんか?
This isn't a factory where everything needs to be the exact same. Without any personal flair, there's no point in a person even making it. That's what I was told.
なるほどな。
I planned on running my own shop once I got back to Japan, which is why I made the request to my mentor. I requested that I'd be allowed to use the name, and they gladly obliged.
のれん分け、免許改伝ってわけか。
That's how the name of the shop became La Soleil. In French, it sounds kind of odd, but...
妙なのか? フランス語とかわかんねえんだけど。
Oh right, Soleil by itself means the sun, and the sun is what they call a masculine noun, so it's normally written as Le Soleil.
へえ。
But my mentor is female. She apparently tagged on La reserved for feminine nouns there instead.
そもそもなんで太陽なんだ?
There's apparently an origin behind the name, but she never gave me a clear answer to it. Seems like something she wants to keep private. She lives by herself now, but she once had a husband and a son, so I assume it has something to do with that.
ふむふむ。まあ言いたくねえことだったら無理に聞いてもな。
Yeah, that's my logic. I was taught many things by way of my mentor, really all sorts of things. When it came to Western sweets, I had pride, I had confidence. And yet, I was shown up by the whipped cream my father threw together despite him never so much as mentioning Western sweets before.
そんなに差があったのか?
Yeah, compared to anything I'd make, the flavor was much more clear and distinct, closer to what I'd consider ideal.
歌唱の理想ってその師匠の味なんだよな?
That's right. I guess in the end my dad and my mentor are the real deal, and I am just a phony trying to mimic them.
なんだよ偽物って.
You heard my dad say it, that my cooking has no core. What did he mean by core? I wonder. And brooding over that fact brought me to say that convenience store sweets just might be better.
歌唱らしいけどな。結局のところ歌唱自身が納得いくまで突き詰めるしかねえんじゃねえか?
Yeah, that's what I think. I keep thinking to myself, how can I make my sweets even better?
私も協力してやるよ。何でも言ってくれ。
Thank you. Speaking my mind has taken a load off. But I think it's time we head back now.
そうだな。すっかり冷えちまった。
Sure does make me want to take another bath.
だな。あ、風呂に入るだけだぞ。本当に風呂だけだかな?
Okay, I got it. I swear.
Neko para.
It's the day after we came back from our hot spring trip. Today is another day with business as usual. Oh, are you putting up the posters?
あ、お兄ちゃん。 これお姉ちゃんから貼っておけって言われたんだ。もしかして間違ってた？
Oh no, you're fine. Thank you for doing it.
よかった。
Azuki just so happened to be there when I remembered that I was supposed to put up those posters, so I ended up asking her to do it without much thought. But in retrospect, that'd be a tough job for Azuki. After all, it wouldn't help us any to have posters below eye level.
僕こういうの得意だから大丈夫だよ。
You do have height on your side. I appreciate it, Coconut. But aren't you uncomfortable working out here in the cold?
ちょっと寒いけど平気だよ。あ、肉がついてるからじゃないよ。
Haha, I'll make you some hot cocoa when you're done.
本当？やった！
I look toward the poster that Coconut is in the middle of hanging up. Neighborhood Association Christmas event, huh?
広場で生演奏とかトークショーとかあるみたい。楽しそうだな。
Runs from afternoon to evening, huh? It's unfortunate, but we won't be able to make it.
そうなの？
This is the first Christmas since La Soleil opened, so you probably don't know, but cake shops are a war zone during Christmas.
戦争？
Christmas is the day where cakes sell the most in Japan. Strictly speaking, the night of the 24th, Christmas Eve. A patisserie like ours is no exception. We're going to be busy with all the delivery orders too.
そうなの？
This is our first time, so I don't know exactly how many customers we'll have coming, but I've even heard that depending on the shop, you can end up selling out half of a year's worth of stock on Christmas alone. That's how busy it gets. A lot of houses will be throwing Christmas parties with a cake as the centerpiece to their tables.
クリスマスパーティーやったよね。楽しかったな。
Yeah, back at the Minaduki house.
お兄ちゃんが作ってくれた料理すっごい美味しかった。
Glad to hear it. This year I don't think we'll be able to indulge though.
そっか。
Cheer up, why don't we all have some Christmas cake after we close up shop?
やった！
But I'm having doubts that it will be enough for you, Coconut. Maybe I'll prep a turkey too.
ターキー？
At the party we had before, do you remember that big roasted bird that was there? That's a turkey.
覚えてる。すっごい美味しかった。
In the United States and Great Britain, it's customary for them to eat turkey for Christmas like that. In France, a lot of families eat boudin blanc, a kind of white sausage, instead. Once they're back home from evening mass, they eat some warm boudin blanc with sautéed apples. Then comes soup, and for the main dish, steak with a hearty serving of potatoes. You start eating during the evening, and by the time dessert rolls around, it's already the 25th.
クリスマスのごちそうっていろいろあるんだね。またやりたいな。またパーティーやれるなら今度はお父様とお母様も一緒がいいよね。
Speaking of which, my parents were out the last time we had a Christmas party, weren't they?
お父様はパーティーとか好きじゃないのかな。
Not sure myself. I don't remember him ever saying that he was against them, though. After all, he does have a soft spot for Shigure.
そっか。じゃあ一緒にできるといいね。
Yeah. By the way, is there anything specific you want, Coconut?
あ、クリスマスのプレゼント？
Yeah, I was going to make sure to tell Santa-san to bring it to you.
大丈夫だよ。もうしぐれ様にお手紙を渡したから。
Huh? Oh, I see. Well, I guess you know about Santa-san then.
僕ももう子供じゃないからね。
Right.
しぐれ様から頼んでもらうんじゃなく、ちゃんとサンタさんにお手紙を書いたんだ。
Huh? By letter, do you mean a letter to Santa?
そうだよ。
Right! Yeah, great job, Coconut.
僕いい子にしてるよ。ね
Of course! Why, you always help me out with a shop like this after all.
え。やった。
Did any of the other cat girls write a letter?
みんなで書いたよ。
I see. Everyone, huh? Hazuki and the others who have already caught wind of the truth are probably helping keep the tradition this year too, I guess. Coconut pastes the poster to the window pane and looks at it.
クリスマスパーティーまたやりたいな。あ、お店のお手伝いが嫌なわけじゃないよ。
Huh? Oh, yeah. That's when Azuki comes out from the shop.
おい、バカなこと言ってんなよナッツ。ケーキ屋がクリスマスにパーティーやってる余裕ねえだろ。
わかってるよ。でもしぐれ様もお母様もお誕生日パーティーの時すごく楽しそうだったから、きっとクリスマスパーティーをやったら喜ぶだろうなって。
しぐれとおかみさんはそうかもな。でも親父さんはお祭り騒ぎみてえのは好きじゃねえんじゃねえの。
そうかな。
またあんな雰囲気になっても微妙だろ。
うん。
I recall what happened on my mom's birthday.
お父様はどうしてお兄ちゃんのケーキを食べてくれなかったんだろう。食べたら絶対に美味しいって言うのに。
歌唱が負けを認めたからだよ。
お兄ちゃんはすっごくケーキを作るのがうまいけど、美味しいものは美味しいって言うじゃん。
いや、それとこれとはなんで違うんだ歌唱。
That's not really a question I can answer. I don't understand my father's thinking. But I do know that running away forever isn't going to solve my problems. Even now, every time I remember what happened that night, the thoughts start brewing in my head. But unless I can get my dad to recognize my own flavor, I'll be stuck with this nagging sensation in my heart forever. I'm also making the cat girls worry more than they should over me. Christmas will be busy, but it's not like we'll be open too late or anything. I don't see the harm in delivering a cake to the Minaduki house after store hours. There's still a few days until Christmas. This time, I'll make the best cake I can possibly make. No.
話は聞かせてもらいました。うわっ、
急に出てくるなよしぐれ。
Hey,
兄様が決意してくださるのをずっと待っておりました。
that's so.
私は兄様の勝利を信じています。
Thank you. I'll do my best and make an even better cake than last time.
ケーキ以外の準備はお任せください。兄様。
Right. Okay, you can handle cooking this time around. I'll focus on the cake.
任されました。今年もクリスマスパーティーを開くために万全な計画を立てています。
I see. So you were looking forward to another one this year, huh?
おっと、私のことより今は兄様のなすべきことに集中してくださいませ。
Gotcha. Thanks, Shigure.
ということはクリスマスパーティーができるの？やったー！
おいおい、大丈夫かよ。まあ歌唱が決意したなら私は応援するけどさ。